Like, what do you mean it's not working? Well, what if it's not working? Shut up. It's like, stop talking.
Yeah.
Um, and that's where right liberals will say, well, that's why you have local. And that's why I agree with them, where it's like you have local communities that will handle the stuff on their own and that kind of thing. But yeah, no, that's a good point. It's in there. Yeah, there is an element of too nice, which is a problem because, and it's a classic. It's pretty Christian actually, but like old school Christian,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like justice to mercy to the guilty is injustice to the innocent. So, but then liberalism will say, well, how do you know who's innocent and who's guilty?
Yeah.
So, but then it's like, yeah, you know who's guilty, dude. The guy who beats his wife is guilty.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
but then it's like, well, how guilty? It's that's fair, but the problem is, and I don't think this is inherent in the ideology. I actually don't, but I think it might just be something that happens when an ideology becomes a dominant one.
Mm-hmm.
It is an arrogance will happen where it's like he's not guilty though. It's like, well, what if he is? No, he's not. You know what I'm talking about?
I think
Because
I
here's the guy,
like the way I
huh?
kind of. What are we talking about? We're talking about liberalism or Christianity being, no, he's not guilty.
Liberalism saying he's not guilty.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He had a bad childhood. Now, sometimes he did, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess most of the time he did, but then again, there's levels to this. And rather than talk about it, though, a lot of modern, contemporary American liberals don't want to talk about that. They don't want to even hear it. They want to end the discussion, and that's where I have a big problem. Because I think it's fair. Okay, he hits his wife because he saw his dad do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's talk about that. Um, and then there's also the weird. Then he did the gender politics. That gets really fun, where it's like she hits her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's where like, well, she had this happen to her, and that's where they really get the sob story going.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's like these endless excuses, right? Like,
Endless excuses, dad, and look when it especially starts doing the preference thing again, where it is like a women thing. I sound so Republican conservative, but it really is like if you don't think women can, yeah, God, I sound like a fucking divorced dad, but it's true, right?
it's along the lines of like, and I would say there's this. It is definitely maternal. There's definitely like a maternal
Well, yeah, that's
like
what I
yeah, like like the maternal shroud of liberalism, right?
which is useful in the family, but when you get
Mm-hmm.
rid of the family, then you do the entire society like that, and well, that just it doesn't work the way fucking if your toilet doesn't work right, it doesn't work. Like it really is like a binary. And a lot of liberals don't get that because they just don't even think like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not in them. I don't think they have it. Either it's cultural or personality. It's probably both. But for them, the idea of saying, some things don't work the way how you can't have a toilet with no pipes.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they would say, well, you can because you just shit in the outback.
I don't
And
like
it's like,
that.
right. So it's just they don't like that idea of, well, there are some things that are just are. They don't like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know, man. It's a weird, interesting mess though, and I've been really realizing this because someone asked me directly, like, "Do you regret voting for Trump?" Because I complained about the economy and how it's awful it is, and there's opinions in that too, where it's like I'm not sure if it's Trump, it might just be capitalism in its end stages, but um, what's it called? I think these people, the maternal shroud liberals, they had to lose more than anything else. They had to lose.
They had
We
what?
can.
Say that again. They had to
They
what?
had. They have to lose. They
Oh,
had to
yeah,
lose.
yeah.
They had to lose. That's my starting. it's like no matter what, even if you're a socialist, you had to have these people lose because if they won, you're not getting a social. Uh, I guess someone argued you would have maybe eventually, but I don't know. And not even besides even economics, just culturally, these people are so toxic. You can't trust them with power, you know. Which I guess they'd say the same about my side, and all right. I mean, and that's where it gets really like, all right, can we just fight this out or break up the country? Because what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, because that's different. That's a different thing than saying these people are really bad and they're toxic and it's not good for the culture that they just call everyone a Nazi. That's bad and we can't have it. But that is what's funny. Yeah, that is the goodness of democracy. Is we all went, all right, let's go to the voting box, and we went, and he won by 2 million votes. You know,
Yeah,
so that idea prevailed.
it's kind of like that idea that you gotta like, and correct me if I'm saying the idiom wrong, but it's like you made your bed, so now you have to sleep in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like you don't
major, but yeah, yeah,
like the social justice, that whole movement. I think they had good intentions, but I think that like the normal person seeing the social justice movement is like kind of like they they see it as annoying. I remember all the memes. I know you remember the memes of like the fucking like screaming ladies.
yes. Well, what happened is after 2020, well, I know again, we're kind of recapping last week, which
Mm-hmm.
I just realized I still got to upload the document. Well, this is behind the scenes business. The M4As are in the Google
Yep.
file. Oh, because then I could put that in and just all right, and then we'll do this one whenever.
Yeah, I think
Um,
at this point we can. It's not super crucial that we have like a strict schedule or something.
yeah, no, I know. I don't even give a shit.
Yeah.
Just don't. But what was I saying? Yeah, the social justice warrior, which became, it's I could divide because woke social justice warriors was this niche thing,
Mm-hmm.
like I remember people in high school complaining about it,
Mm-hmm.
but woke was when it was ascendant and powerful, and this is the truth, this is real. And then after 2020, I think Biden won. It just kind of started receding because I guess because they won, it's the reverse of Trump winning. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we did the thing, we threw him out of office. I mean, it's still mind blowingly close. How I don't know if you know that, but Trump lost by 30,000 votes in 22. It was 30,000 or 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's insane because the popular vote was 7 million difference. You know,
Yeah, and that, it saddens me how like people are not voting. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, unless, and I would say it's interesting. I think them not voting this time was in a way a vote for Trump,
Yeah, it was.
because in before, yeah, man, that's interesting because they really, and that's what's interesting right now is Oregon State scored Oregon State has zero, they're 0-4, and Houston's 3-0.
Oh shit.
Well, I was like, all right, I guess I'm not gonna watch this game, but they are winning right now,
Oh wow.
Oregon State.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Virginia Tech kid's back, and he's going for the sequel. uh, okay. What was I saying? Yeah, they really, again, it's proven to be really bullshit because it's like if Donald Trump was a dictator, Hassan Piker would be in jail right now.
Yeah.
He'd be in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Now you could argue people who support Trump want to put Hassan Piker in jail, and they do, or like Destiny, they do. But and that's funny enough. That's why I did vote for him too. Is like he's not an evil dictator. That's why I felt comfortable voting for him. It's just that's not with the narrative that was being from liberal mainstream media. So yeah, last year for the first time, again, I think ever it really was like I don't. That's a vote for the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or but the liberals say the bad guy. I'm like, no, the quote unquote bad guy. But yeah, in general, it would be better. I don't know. And people have different. I mean, socialists will say people don't vote because they know they're not getting anything from it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's why I would love to see, just in a nonpartisan way, I'd love to see a socialist run. Like, all right, let's put that to the test.
Yeah, I know.
You
I'm with
know?
you. Yeah, like I mean, like while I don't completely agree with all that bullshit, it's like let's see what happens.
Yeah, just because that's democracy, right?
Yeah.
I will say after Trump won for about a month, I thought Bernie would have lost by 10 million votes against Trump.
Yeah.
That's what I used to think. Now, though, it really is, in hindsight, like, no, those are Kamala Harris and Bernie are two different things. Kamala Harris was all social issues, social issues. She would say economic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that wasn't the thrust. The thrust was Donald Trump's running against women. And no, but it was. It's what fucking the Big Mike meme, right?
Yeah.
Big Mike came out, which is interesting because he's a man, but he's so cheap. Michelle Obama came out and for 7 minutes ranted about, men don't be bad. I'm warning you. That must have given Trump an additional 100,000 votes right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Right there. But that was Harris's pitch. That's not Bernie Sanders' pitch. His pitch is working class. Everyone's going to benefit. That's his pitch. So I don't know. Because for me, Bernie, he would lose if he was coded as a wokester. And maybe a lot of people will just hear any socialism and go, oh, this is a woke guy. But I don't think so. I don't know. The thing that did it for me was Luigi, being the healthcare guy,
Yeah.
and hearing everyone who was working class go, "Yeah, I don't really care."
Yeah.
That was made me go, "Wait a second, maybe Bernie would have fucking won."
Yeah. You know what? I think Bernie would have won. I think Bernie could win. Okay, my issue. I have an issue with how old these politicians are. But if there was like a younger
Well, that's
Bernie,
another part. Yeah, he would have definitely. Oh, that would have been so different.
yeah,
Yeah, you know what? Because Bernie, the thing with Bernie is he's of. If you think about these people's ages, he's of the hippie generation,
mm-hmm,
and a lot of those hippies, they did get more capitalist.
mm-hmm,
He didn't. So, and I think millennials, well, no, the Generation X, they kept being capitalist.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to look at the Senate composition.
You know,
In
like, and that's
yeah,
it's interesting about Gen X because as much as we'd like to think that they're different than the Boomers, Gen
I think
Xers,
they're the same.
I would say
Yeah,
Gen Xers kind of rode the coattails. Like they're the
they did.
last generation that kind of made it out.
Yeah, and they'll say they didn't,
Yeah.
but that's whiny bullshit. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's articles about how Generation X is the real generation that got screwed over.
Mm,
I'll read it, I guess. I mean, like the magazine, The Economist, has
mm-hmm.
an article about that, but it's paywalled, so I can't even. I don't know.
Well,
I'll try and find. Yeah.
well, I like to think about it. I like to think about like how like when the internet came about.
Yeah.
Like if you want to think about Gen Xers and like I
Yeah.
think Philip DeFranco was a Gen Xer. I think
Oh yeah.
Vsauce Michael is a Gen Xer. And
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
guys, like these guys, they literally had the wild, wild west of the internet to like make money off
Yeah.
of.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's like by the time Gen Z comes around, it's like there's ads on every website. There's like
Yep.
there's I mean, I'm not saying you can't make money as a Gen Z on the internet, but I'm just saying that like in Gen Xers, even though home prices were going up, it's like if you look at the price of a home in 2015, it is like significantly different than a price of a home now. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Vsauce is millennial. He's 1986.
Oh shit, I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot there's another generation in between millennials. Yeah, I forgot what millennials. My bad.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is he's actually boomer. That's weird.
Interesting. I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, I thought yeah. You know, it's who's the other one you said? Vsauce and Philip DeFranco. I think he's probably
A millennial.
no, he might be oh no, never mind. He's 85. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I think
Uh
like okay, I think so. I would just say like
I know who you're talking about though.
yeah, like I would say millennials. I'd say older millennials, not younger ones, but older millennials and Gen Xers. I feel like they had such a I don't want to say an easier time, but it's like right now, if you want to consider right now late stage capitalism, then like I would say it kind of kicked off late 2010s, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of it. I think I said this last time. A lot of it's we never really recovered from 2008.
Yeah, true.
We kind of it seems like what happened in 2008 in hindsight was another joke is coming where there's a big giant fat guy
Mm-hmm.
in your house and he just took a giant shit
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. And then we kind of just cleaned up his shit and put him right back where he was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like he just shits and shits and shits, and eventually the diarrhea just started coming out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So they cleaned up as much as they could and just put him back where he was, and now he's back to just shit and shit and shitting.
Yeah, it's like imagine he's on the top floor, right? And he's just shitting. He's just asshole agape. He is just leaking, right? And it's
Yeah,
trickling down over the whole house. And
but yeah,
Obama comes in with like his fucking save America plans, and
yeah, which he ran on.
he puts a diaper on the guy that's shitting, cleans some of the shit off his hands and feet, you know, but
Yeah,
the rest of the shit is still like trickling down into the house, you know.
yes,
And so it's like the banks and like the home the what is it, the housing market, and some of those
yeah.
things recovered. The institutions that like I guess were
The
at the center of this.
institutions recovered.
Yes,
They're
exactly.
fine.
Yeah.
Everyone else, they all got poor basically,
Yeah.
and we've kind of been there ever since. And then COVID, I don't know. I don't know if it had as much of a effect as in it just it did. So the thing with the 2008, it didn't crush everyone, but it did hurt them,
Mm-hmm.
which means it's like an injury that
Mm-hmm.
you're not treating. Um, and now I don't know, dude. I mean, the fucking news. If you just Google the job market, it is really insane.
Dude, it's so bad.
Right. So, what's gonna? I don't know, man. And I get into the debate because I one of my probably my best friend on Twitter is he's someone in his hold on, I'm getting more notifications on Twitter. Yeah, his point he's Zelen I actually I oh he's firmly millennial. I think he's 36, so he's Philip DeFranco's age, basically, in
Mm-hmm.
Vsauce. But his view is it's a cycle and don't worry and it'll get better, whatever. Which is technically, I mean, but he's an institutionalist, so he thinks capitalism will just correct itself and it's just a cycle and blah blah. blah 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 blah. But he hates the idea of breaking the system to see if there's a better way.
Mm-hmm.
He hates it. He hates it. Hates it. Very bad. Don't do it. Very. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think this is just a cycle. This does feel like we're at the end of something.
Yeah.
What does Destiny feel? Because I know he's a hardcore anti-Trump guy, but how does he feel about the bigger picture?
He thinks that we need better leadership in the government. He wants Democrats to win in 26 and 28, and
Okay.
he thinks that he has a very nuanced view on a lot of shit, you know, and so.
Uh,
But oh, the system's fucked, everything's gonna burn, you know. He's not like that.
so, do you differ with him on that?
Mm, I don't think he talks. He doesn't talk a lot about like the way I'm looking at shit is I look at shit at like there's upper, there's middle, there's lower, and there's poor, right? And I think that
Yeah.
he doesn't really attack like the class issues as much as he should, you know?
See, I would kills it for me. It's like really, because that's everything, dude.
Yeah.
For me, um, I mean, the simple reason why we have so many young Nazis right now is these people. If I had to guess at their economic situation, they're in the cities, they're alone,
Mm-hmm.
they don't really talk to their family that much,
Mm-hmm.
and they're getting their social kicks from bonding over Nazi shit.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. Yeah, they don't because they don't really have they well, and it's economic. A lot of it's cultural too. It just is. It's like I don't know how many people are gonna want to. I'm fine. That's where I get in trouble with the right. Is I'm fine just throwing money at it, and maybe that'll fix. Like especially with immigration.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had to choose between deporting 100 million people and socialism, I'll pick the socialism.
Yeah. Same.
Right, but they'll go, well, either socialism doesn't work or socialism moral, or they really just don't like 100 million people in the country,
Mm-hmm.
which I get. I disagree. I am from New York, but yeah, I'll take the socialism because otherwise, I don't know. I mean,
I'm with I think
but
I'm with you. Like I think we need to address income inequality, or
let's
even
do
like
that first.
what happened.
Let's do it. Let's do that first.
Yeah,
Before we go to the
exactly.
other
Yeah, let's do that
stuff.
first, and then we'll see where we're at. You know.
Because yeah, I do think feminism destroyed the birth rate. I think it just did. Now, if you don't think it's a problem, that's fine. I think it probably is. Just
I
kids.
think it's more specific. I think it's, and this is gonna make me sound insane, but women working.
Oh no, I was gonna go. I was going. You said it, brother.
Yeah,
I was. It's women working. It's yes. I mean, and they'll go, but I want to work. It's like, first of all, no, you don't. No, you don't. You probably don't. Oh, do you know that it's so? There's two versions of this meme. I like the non-anti-Semitic one. Jewish daycare.
I've not heard about this. What is this?
You've heard about this?
No, I haven't. I haven't.
Well, I call it adult daycare because the other one sounds anti, and I don't mind the Jews. I know some people do,
Yeah.
but adult daycare is the idea that our society just puts women to work so they don't have children.
You know what? I don't think. Yeah, kinda. Well, no. Like what I'm trying to say is like I think the way I view it is like capitalists were like we have this whole untapped workforce. You know what I mean?
They have a what?
Like capitalists are viewing the situation like, okay, we have all these men working, right?
Yeah.
But like, what if we could extract value out of all these women who currently aren't working?
Yes.
You know, like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think it's that. I do think no these, but my thing, I do. There's a lot of liberals, the modern liberals, who truly think there's a ton of value in being your own independent person.
And it's like I can understand that if you're
Yes,
like
I can too.
no, I can understand if you're middle class or upper class, right? But if you're fucking poor, why do you want to be a wage slave, right?
Right. And that and that's a common thing in conservative thought is a lot of social liberalism. It's an upper class thing. It destroys the lower class.
Mm-hmm.
Destroys it. And that's, I would say, the thing Bernie doesn't get is certainly Harris willfully misunderstands. Because again, feminism is more important to her than helping the working class.
And you know what
It
else
just
is,
is.
and this is how you know that like I think that if you were to institute, if there were like maternity packages almost, as if like as a woman you get pregnant and your company is like, hey,
Let's paid family leave.
yeah,
It's one of
yeah,
the biggest progressive proposals.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Because I think that like if you care about the birth rate and you care about women having kids and shit, it's like why not just give them a
Well,
year off, pay them like half their salary or whatever, or
and
their
that
base, you know?
the good news, the best thing that can happen in this country, in my view, is JD Vance runs as basically a socialist in 2028.
Yeah.
And I think he's already indicated he might, as in he's written about Viktor Orban and Hungary and how I don't know if Putin does this, but the idea of doing stuff like that to increase the birth rate, you know.
Yeah, like
Now a lot of the right liberals, huh?
yeah, and like the tax child credit thing is like hinting at that.
That's true.
Like we need more of that. Like we need
I
like
think he's gonna give it. I think when I look at that guy, again my best friend hates him. He fucking hates JD. He thinks he's a snake. He thinks he's an asshole. I get it. Fine. Um, but I when I see that guy, it's like, okay, that guy's gonna be in power for 40 years,
yeah.
and I like it. That's Emperor Vance the First right there. I He gets it. I think, and he said that he said there's a lot of stuff that has a Catholic support that a lot of Americans won't go for, and I think he's referencing
Mm-hmm.
that because in Catholicism, yeah, there's in a modern society, it's like, yeah, we gotta do the public then. We gotta, or at least we gotta, yeah, that is public because what they're doing, yeah, you're taxing the rich to give it back to the poor. It's
Mm-hmm.
redistribution.
Yeah.
But to someone like a socialist or a conservative like that, it's like it's not. First of all, it's not their money; it's our money, and we're just balancing out a bit.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's against freedom. It's like, oh god, you guys are you guys are losers.
Yeah.
First of all, because Obama, again, that's Obama. I don't get it. Obama beat those people in 2008 by 10 million votes,
Mm-hmm.
and then he beat him again by 5 million votes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. That's where and I maybe in future episodes we'll get more into this because there's so much. We've only broken down like the first sentences of this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, these guys are losers. I mean, I'm interacting with them. I'm in a Twitter argument. One of them retweeted me today and was mad at me. And so that's interesting. We'll get into that maybe next time or something.
Mm-hmm.
Any final? I do want to ask one more. Well, I want to ask about your novel and other
Oh,
personal life stuff. But anything else in politics?
No, I think we are very much on the same page in terms of like we I think we agree a lot on like the class issues, you know?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that more in future because that's going to come up when you talk about socialism. Because what I wanted to do, my idea was, I think the next few episodes will focus on one at a time,
Yeah.
and then just really go from there. I mean, just to, I guess, as a teaser. Well, there's just a lot of shit. A further definite, yeah, it's a lot of reading.
Mm-hmm.
Even just yeah, there's market. Yeah, it's socialism. Basically, the idea is to correct the market, and a lot of liberals, right liberals, hate that. And it's like, all right, but again, Obama ran against this in 2008 and he smoked you.
Yeah.
So, and then John Kerry in 2000. I mean, God, I mean, if you really want to, the last time a free market guy won was in 1988. So, and now people will say, yeah, but Bill Clinton ran as like he ran as a third way, as
Yeah.
in it wasn't just free markets. Like it was again. Look, don't, he was a big free market guy, but it wasn't just free markets. Like you were, like so. What do you like? What do you? You're a loser. Like you lose a lot. You won it. You're you know what? In 1988, you know what happened. You
Right.
know,
Right.
Back to the Future 3 came out. I think in 1988. Like Jurassic Park didn't come out.
Yeah.
It's fucking Terminator was 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You I didn't even realize that because I people will say, well, Bill Clinton did well. He had to become a Republican. He had to become a little bit of a Republican. He
Yeah.
still ran on keeping Social Security. It's like, and you could say that's total bullshit. I I I kind of see the point because the whole with the debt crisis, that's Social Security money.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's what causes that. Social Security, Medicare. Even I'm on Medicaid, so I get it. But don't give me that. Our ideas are popular. They're deeply unpopular. You're a joke. You're a punchline.
Yep.
Um, you know. I should clarify. Yeah, let me just see. Because what I meant to say was George Bush won in 2004, and he won in 2000 barely, and then 2004 again barely. And I think that matters because in 1988, let me see how big. Um, Now people argue too in with Ross Perot that he took a lot of the George Bush vote.
Yeah.
I could see that. I ended up on the Wikipedia page for India, the Indian Congress, which is actually kind of interesting.
What was that?
Uh, no, it's just I got the 1988 elections in India,
Mm-hmm.
and a pastime of mine. It's not about this shit. At least in America, is reading about other countries. So that's interesting. But like, there's apparently an Indian Communist Party.
Interesting.
How good is your Indian accent?
Not at all.
I only got one word. You know what it is? It's brother. That's all I can get. But it's a because it's all the scam callers or the. How many scam texts do you get?
I've gotten my fair share. I've never really gotten a call though.
Well, because when I get the scam text, I read it in that voice, brother. Listen, brother, I have a new job for you, brother. Not a good one. I would never, but
Have you ever
yeah,
seen Have
yeah.
you ever seen those guys call the call center and like freak them out?
No,
Dude, you gotta like when you get a chance, just Google like
I'll Google right now.
yeah like a Indian call center getting scammed. Like there's like a guy who does this. Like he's done it before.
Uh, there's a YouTube, or how do I get it?
Let me see if I can find it. And I'll just send it to you.
Okay.
I think it's this. There we go. Okay. I think you would like this. You would find this very funny.
All right, here we go. Oh wow, okay. Here we go. I mean, all right, so I'm gonna Google this. Uh Oregon State is still winning 14-3.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 5 minutes and 47 seconds left. All right, scammers panic. All right, you want to do one more segment and then close it?
Sure.
Because I do want to get in at least just I want to know because next week we'll maybe do more personal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that name, Catching Up.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Do you want to create the logo or
Sure, I just don't know what the logo will be.
I'll send you what I might be cool, but scammers. Okay, so let me get another drink
Mm-hmm.
and then wrap up. You can stop it.